Trailblazer Invitational features the Tigers of the University of West Alabama taking on the home Trailblazers of North Greenville University. At this time, we ask that you please rise for our invocation, and please remain standing as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Heavenly Father, we thank you for guiding these teams here safely today. We ask that you have your hand over these student athletes as they perform in a manner that's pleasing to you. May it all be to your glory. It's in your name that we pray. Amen. Let's welcome tonight's starters. First for the Tigers of West Alabama. A freshman setter, wearing number 4, Jenna Pekovic. A freshman middle blocker at number 7, Jasmine Snow. A junior outside hitter, wearing number 8, Hayden Scoden. A junior middle blocker, number 13, Gracie Hoover. A freshman opposite hitter, wearing number 14, Katarina Gore. And a sophomore setter at number 20, KB Kinney. The head coach of West Alabama is Mr. Ed Allen in his first season with the Tigers. He's assisted by coaches Carla Butler and Alan Siegel. And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Trailblazers of North Greenville University. A junior outside hitter from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 2, Samantha Ball. A junior setter from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 3, Allison Ball. A junior libero from Easley, South Carolina, wearing number 5, Macy Gentry. A freshman outside hitter from Lexington, South Carolina, at number 15, Haley Freeman. A junior middle blocker from Piedmont, South Carolina, number 16, Anna Fidelki. A sophomore outside hitter from Arden, North Carolina, number 22, Peyton Taylor. And a sophomore middle blocker from Lexington, South Carolina, number 23, Reagan Underberg. The head coach of your Trailblazers is Mr. Greg Mosley in his 16th season with North Greenville. He's assisted by coach Edward Foster.
double header upon us at North Greenville University. Hi, my name is Marco Gonzalez. I'd like to welcome you guys back to the broadcast for the 7 o'clock p.m. game in between the North Greenville University Trailblazers and the University of West Alabama Tigers. North Greenville and West Alabama both dropped the games early in the day. West Alabama competed against Fayetteville State University earlier on in the day. That game started at, I believe that was 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. We've had a long day here, ladies and gentlemen, here on the campus of North Greenville. A lot of events going on, a lot of teams in action. So this preseason tournament just adds on to the fun of it. North Greenville, on the other hand, if you guys just tuned into that game at 3 o'clock Eastern time, that game was a tight one. That one ended up going 5 sets, and North Greenville ended up losing that one to Mars Hill 18-16 in the final set of that match. So looking forward to a fun one here as University of West Alabama last season finished the season 2-28 overall, including an 0-20 conference record. So definitely looking to improve upon that number for the year. Their last win, in fact, came September 19th in 2024. So almost a calendar year since their last win. So let's the momentum, they obviously want to shift it and try and get things going earlier on in the year to see if they can get some more success going in the later part of the year. By the looks of it earlier, when I was watching them versus Fayetteville State, they did not look too bad at all. That game ended up going 4 sets. Fayetteville took the 4th set after West Alabama got the 3rd set. So we are about to get on our way here between the Trailblazers and the Tigers, and Allison Ball is going to start us off with a serve that goes out of bounds. So West Alabama gets their first points of the set. Last year also, the University of West Alabama lost 60 of the 66 conference sets. So again, numbers to improve upon. I'm sure they're in a rebuild state of their program and obviously looking to boost their program in a huge way as Peyton Taylor adds across the line, back corner, gets the point started for the Trailblazers on that point. So 1-1 is your score. Obviously, there's some improvement to be done with both teams as we saw North Greenville come back from down 10 points in a single set to win that one, and then we're up 14-8 with match points and ended up having 6 straight points allowed, including a bunch of errors as that was Katarina Corey on the corner. They're painting it beautifully on the left side. So West Alabama opens up with 2 attacks of their own and kills in a very efficient spot that also Mars Hill was able to get comfortable with against North Greenville. So North Greenville with some things to improve upon, as well as West Alabama overall. This should be a fun one. West Alabama traveling. We're going to have to get a count on how many hours they traveled to get here, because it's got to be a lot as North Greenville gets that point. Good eyes, letting that ball go out of bounds. Some substitution coming in, and Teal Phelan's going to come in for the first time and serve. She did not play in the game earlier. So this is her first action of the night in this doubleheader for the Trailblazers. Her serve is up and away. That is controlled there by Godin. And that was Haley Freeman over there reaching, trying to get that one, unable to do so. The true freshman out of Lexington, South Carolina. We're going to get a number on how far this school is away. And my guess, take your guesses now. I'm going to guess about 7.5, 8 hours. I could be wrong, but assuming this is a 2-day tournament, all these teams will probably staying the night around hotels in Tigerville, South Carolina tonight. Plenty to be offered around Tigerville. You got Taylor's, the Travelers Rest area. Greenville, perhaps, as diving efforts there by the Tigers don't prevail. And North Greenville on the board 3-2. As we got a little student section going on backside of the arena. I'm not sure if you guys can see that from the camera angle or not, but a lot of fans in attendance for this 7 p.m. game tonight, as expected. The 3 p.m. game had a lot of academic-related activities going on there. So we actually got an official wording as that serve sails out of bounds, so we see multiple service errors so far. University of West Alabama is 6 hours and 12 minutes away from here. So that is a brick and a half away. We appreciate them coming out and taking a part in this tournament and obviously wish them the best through this match and the rest of the season. Again, this should be a fun matchup. Both teams looking for their first win of the year. Definitely trying to get some momentum here. As going up for that one was Cadence Godin. Getting the kill there. You had Sherman and Samantha Ball over there trying to block it. Unable to do so. And West Alabama's out to a quick 5-3 lead. That's going to be another service error. So a lot of, I'm just going to say, momentum, a lot of adrenaline from both sides as a lot of these serves have gone a little overpowered. That service up by Samantha Ball. It spiked hard there, but blocked. That was Funderburk on the middle. And Freeman tried to unload. She's not going to get it to go. North Greenville's going to try again for the third time, able to be controlled by West Alabama at that point. Over there to Godin on the right side. That's going to be blocked, and that is going to go to West Alabama. West Alabama up 6-4 now early in this matchup. Looked like Gracie Hoover was trying to get around the corner as well. She's now going to be front left. And serving now for the Tigers is Kiara Babanova. Babanova over to Sherman. Down the middle, Sherman is going to get it back, though, however. Samantha Ball's got to get it over. Over to Godin on the left side, and Sherman just eats that one up. There was nothing Sherman could do about that one. And Godin is living over there on the left side. That's already 3 kills for her in this match, and we're just 7 points in. Bobanova serving once again. That's going to hit the net. So that's another error. We've had, that's a lot of, that is already 4 service errors by these two teams combined. So hopefully we can clean up the play a little bit as time goes on. West Alabama's had about a 4 or 5 hour break in between their games. North Greenville had about an hour and a half. Actually went to the cafeteria to get a meal in between the games and saw some of the women's volleyball players in there getting a little snack, making sure they stay hydrated with some protein, courtesy of the Todd Dining Hall, as North Greenville gets right back in their stride, hitting that one, getting that one to go off the right side. It's going to be Macy Gentry now serving. Great play there by Fidelki, who just came in, immediately makes an impact. As we saw in the first matchup against Mars Hill, her length and wingspan just was a problem all night, or all afternoon, but it just did not translate to a win. Sherman's able to run that one down, get it over. Freeman gets it across. Good play there by Acoste. Edwards is going to get it over. Scrambling for it now and diving there was 2 West Alabama Tigers. Crowd loving it over there. I believe that's part of the men's soccer team, men's volleyball team. I see some women's soccer players over there. We got a lot of student athletes out tonight. The men's basketball team is in attendance. We got some men's basketball members around the camera and everything. So, again, a great night for student athletes to be a part and accommodated in this culture as West Alabama says, let me get some of that. Cadence Godin once again going to town in Tigerville. She is eating North Greenville up right now. She is already up to 4 kills. And 8-7 lead early for West Alabama. This team definitely does not look like a team that only won 2 games a year ago. Potentially looking for their first win tonight. And Freeman across there. Maggie Rodham was not able to handle that, and Rodham is going to check out. That was a great find there across the line by Haley Freeman. And Allison Ball is going to serve now for the Trailblazers. Tied 8-8 in this one. Ball's going to serve. And they're going to get it over. Took a little bit out of him to get it over. Freeman, meanwhile, spikes it right into the hands of Bailey Keefe. The crowd loves it over there. Love the energy in Haitian tonight. Got my cameraman right beside me shaking his head. We're going to have a fun time here tonight. Allison Ball, meanwhile, is going to serve once again, now up 9-8 in this one. Fidelki and Freeman are right there to meet. Godin at the top of the net. Ball is still in play, however. Freeman once again. Freeman's kind of feeling it right now. Kind of freed herself up a bit after her first collegiate game last time out, about an hour and a half ago, versus Mars Hill. Fidelki and Taylor right there, but could not prevail. That was Katerina Corey once again on the kill. So 9-9 is your ball game. A little early in this one. Godin's going to serve now for the the Tigers. And Freeman might have just tweaked an ankle or something, came up hobbling on that play. Hopefully she's all right, as West Alabama is going to take a 10-9 lead off of that point. And Godin's going to come up with another service error. So we have 5 service errors so far and 20 points. That's 25% of these points have not been worked for by their each respective squad, and kind of like charity points, kind of like free throws in basketball. This is a basketball gym as well. You just got to take advantage of those when you can get them. And another one. That is not an announcer jinx, ladies and gentlemen. That is just purely, I feel like it's just adrenaline. These ladies are so hyped for the new season to start, and that's going to be 6 of the first 21 points off of service errors. So definitely some tidying up to do for both of these teams as these sets are going to go along. And I'm sure we'll see some adjustments later on in the match. And we have back-to-back-to-back service errors. That does not happen too much, ladies and gentlemen. That is rare in the sport of volleyball. And it's going to be 11-11. And the last 3 points, everyone has just pretty much been standing there. This has been all on the servers. I feel like Falon now coming back in. She's just got to put one in play. See if this one goes the other way. And we have a playable ball. And right there to meet her at the net was Peyton Taylor and Jaslyn Snow. Both met each other at the net. Snow got the best of Taylor there. Serving again is going to be Corey. Corey set to serve the southpaw from Athens, Greece. Samantha Ball hits it to Corey. She stumbles, is able to get it though. Just punching it over there was Kenny. Taylor trying to get over the top, does not do so. And Snow gets the best of Taylor once again. Snow's kind of asserting her dominance down there in the middle with Fidelki out for the time being, as well as Gabby Rice. Seems like there is a gap that West Alabama is trying to take advantage of. Coach Allen's definitely probably stressed that to his ladies going into this matchup. Obviously, he was here in the gym earlier watching the previous matchup with them versus Mars Hill. Taylor, beautiful bump, little pop-up. That was controlled by West Alabama. Very impressive there. Peyton Taylor down the line is deflected at the net. And right in North Greenville, Funderburk and Taylor finally get something blocked over there. They're energetic. They like it. The crowd likes it. And North Greenville's back to serving once again. Haley Freeman going to do that. Actually, Madison Sherman is going to check back in, and she's going to do the honors. See if she can get something going for North Greenville. Sherman gets it in play for North Greenville. That's blocked to the line by Ball. Recovered by West Alabama. Sherman's going to set up Nedwards on the backside. Good recovery by West Alabama. Sweeney's over there. Sherman tried to save it, could not. Good play there by Petkovic, trying to get Nedwards out of the line a little bit. Sherman dove for it, just couldn't get it to go. Serving now is going to be KB Kinney, sophomore from Hoover, Alabama. And that hits the beam. Sherman was able to adjust to the beam, though. Great adjustment there by Sherman. Snow kind of daps it across. Ball mid-air coming down. Hits that. That was very nice by Samantha Ball. Ball is still in play, however. Samantha Ball's got to get over once again. Does so. Over to Godin. Godin just swords it a little bit over the line, out of bounds. So good play there all around by both respective squads. North Greenville is going to come away with that point, but they're still down 1 early here in this first set. Samantha Ball serving. And that was going to be an ace for Samantha Ball. They were not able to return that one. Heading straight from the official out of bounds was that ball. Samantha Ball is going to serve now with the game tied 14 apiece. And that's going to be another ace for Samantha Ball. Back-to-back aces for Samantha Ball. We saw some errors, now we're seeing some aces. That's a good trend to be going on if you're North Greenville. West Alabama's got to get on that trend as well if they want a chance to come back and win this set, as they are now finding themselves down 1 middle of this first set, and responding right there with authority is Jaslyn Snow. Greatly timed, the freshman from Lexington, South Carolina, playing in her home state of just a little up north in Tigerville, upstate South Carolina, but nonetheless, with authority, she gets that one as she checks out. Much deserved break for her. And serving now is going to be Kiara Babanova once again. Sherman's going to set up Funderburk on the backside. Sherman beautifully delivered that. Funderburk got it over the net, got it to go. Good execution by North Greenville, and they now lead by 1. Macy Gentry awaiting whistle, and she is now going to serve for the Trailblazers. Serve is up. Godin. It's the line, hits the stick, and that's going to go to North Greenville. Violation, so Gentry's going to serve when we come back from break. Coach Allen and the Tigers are going to take a timeout. 15-17 is your score in favor of the Trailblazers. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Back on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, 17-15 is our score. Macy Gentry is going to do the honors coming out of the break. In the first game, we saw the team that took the timeout usually got the momentum, as Godin, the first of that, as that is not going to be the case here. They're not going to get the point out of the timeout, but North Greenville and Mars Hill, whoever took the timeout, the trend was usually that that team ended up getting the point that they needed at that point. So West Alabama unable to capitalize. Let's see if Godin get a 2 for $1 here, and that's what she says. Get a second chance at it, and she's going to go. She's already up to 6 kills on the night, so leading this West Alabama team by herself pretty much for the most part. It's been the Godin show. West Alabama's got their parts to get it done. See if they can win a set or two against North Greenville, potentially win the match. But they find themselves down by 2 at the moment. That's going to go out. So Freeman and Fidelki were there, but better accuracy on that was Katerina Corey. So now serving once again is going to be Petkovic for the Tigers. Petkovic. Serve goes up. Sherman's going to set Edwards on the right side. Sherman now up to Freeman after that first attempt was blocked. Godin once again, and Godin, why not go back to her? Let her eat. Cadence Godin is going off right now. That is 8 kills for her tonight already. And it is a tie ball game, 18-18. Ball over to Sherman. Sherman's going to get to Fidelki. Fidelki gets North Greenville back on top. Sherman's done a nice job this set of setting her teammates up. Fidelki, you have a bunch. Nedwards has been in for a little bit. Taylor as well, and Freeman getting in on the action. So Sherman's got 4 assists now in the first set. We saw her play in the first set of the previous game, but did not play in any other sets after that. So much needed confidence boost, much needed to get her back on track, as Coach Mosley's definitely going to rely on her and Allison Ball as time goes along for the season. Meanwhile, Gentry now over to Samantha Ball. Ball's maintained by West Alabama. Godin hits the net. That's her first mistake of the night, I would say, but even so, I mean, her mistakes have definitely been countered, or her mistake, pardon, has definitely been countered by the amounts of successful attacks she's had against this North Greenville squad so far. As Corey hits the ball in the head, and Ball gets it over. Wow, off her head. Allison Ball. Corey's going to try it again. Fidelki's tips it up. Freeman's on the ground. Taylor gets it, and North Greenville gets that point. Crowd going nuts on that one. What an effort by the back line of North Greenville, able to get that across, and that's going to trigger another timeout from West Alabama. We're going to be right back on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. What a play. Back on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, 21-18 is your score. Allison Ball is going to do the honors of serving. We're back on our way. Godin, who's been the go-to so far for West Alabama, trying to get her squad going. Corey's able to get it back over the net. Taylor tried to pivot, and Fidelki reached. Ball's just dancing around the net. And that's going to go to North Greenville, violation on West Alabama. So 3 points away from taking this first set is the Trailblazer squad. Allison Ball waiting confirmation. Official explaining what happened to Ed Allen, head coach of the Tigers. Corey's able to control that. Over to Godin. They're just feeding her at this point. I mean, I wouldn't blame them. She's been very much a bright spot for them here in this first set. Corey found Gentry awaiting that. Freeman, meanwhile, down the line, gets it to go. Freeman sparking here in this first set. The freshman putting North Greenville 2 points away from taking this set. Godin, meanwhile, Gentry's done a good job of just kind of scrambling for some of these attacks that have happened, and not able to get that one. Corey just rose over and kind of hit that in Allison Ball's gut. Nothing she could really do about that one. 23-19 is your score. Cadence Godin is going to serve now for Tigers. Up in the air now. That's trying to find a gap. Ball's able to help out with that. They're going to go once again over there to that left side to Kinney. To no success. Taylor's going to try and get it. It looked like she timed her jump. Hit that on the way down, so nothing to North Greenville's side there. 23-20 is your score. This is a good close one. One that'll definitely rock your soul a little bit as Godin's going to serve again. Almost called out. Ball's going to get it, and it's not going to get over. So 23-21. This was the story with the first game. North Greenville just could not finish sets that they were up. They are again up 14-8. They were up by 4 at one point in one of the sets they lost. Were able to come back down 10, but that can't happen right there. If you're the Tigers, you can't have a service error at that point in the set. And North Greenville now is 1 point away, catching a break from Godin there. Her second mistake of this first set. And Freeman for set points here. Hey, Gymnasium. Hear the crowd going. See if Freeman get it done. And that is soaring over out of bounds. So West Alabama is hanging in there. They stay alive here in this first set. Now it's going to be all to Bailey Keefe, redshirt sophomore from Coleman, Alabama. See if she can do it. And that's going to be another error. Back-to-back errors from North Greenville's opponents, the Tigers, to end it. And North Greenville will take the first set 25-22. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. We'll be right back with the start of the second set. North Greenville leads 1-0. Back at it here as you hear the swag song here in North Greenville University, here in Hayes Gymnasium. 1-0 North Greenville took that first set, 25-22. 2 service errors by the Tigers to end that first set. They had 6 overall, so we had 10 service errors over the course of those points. Over 25% of these points that were accounted for were errors. So that's a huge mistake by both teams that they're probably going to have to try and correct. Meanwhile, University of West Alabama has more kills than North Greenville. It's just those errors that have been punishing them. They have a couple of errors on attacks as well. Their hitting percentage is higher than North Greenville, so they're pretty much outperforming North Greenville statistically. It's just those errors, and North Greenville also has 2 aces that have propelled them. I mean, it was only a 3-4 point marginal win, as that's going to be an ace for the Tigers, as they literally just got one on the board as I said that. But they're going to need some power from their serves and some better serves in general, just getting over that and playing, because it seems like they're going to be able to hang neck and neck and head-to-head with the North Greenville Trailblazers throughout this match. Checking in for the first time this match was Elise Smith trying to get that. She's going to get another go at it, and another go she did. Elise Smith converts that one. It's going to make it 1-1. You were not tuned in for the first match. She had a phenomenal debut for the Trailblazers. Ended up coming up short, but in that 4th and 5th set, she came up clutch in a bunch of, the 3rd and 5th sets until they lost. Had a bunch of different ways she contributed. Ball keeps out in play. Gentry up in the air to Taylor. Taylor gets that punch on the net, and Taylor's going to get a kill. Peyton Taylor able to get on the board with that as well. Allison Ball, the southpaw, is going to serve for the Trailblazers now. Up in the air is Godin. Godin's going to kind of launch that one out of bounds. So Godin in the first set, if you just tuned in, had 7 kills. So it was not 8. I was a little bit ahead of myself there, but nonetheless, she performed very well. It was a bright spot here as Godin gets another one there. So Godin is going to be up to 8 on the night after that one, but Godin has been a bright spot for them. Corey has as well. A bunch of different contributors, for the Tigers so far in this one. Cadence Godin, another serve. Taylor with a powerful finish on Godin. Right at her. No remorse at all. And that's going to be an upcoming serve now for Elise Smith. Coach Mosley standing up. We did not see him stand up too much in that first set. Kind of pleased with what he's got to be seeing so far. The improvements and camaraderie that North Greenville's kind of been playing with compared to this first game, Mars Hill, when Mars Hill took that first set. Corey, meanwhile, gets it over. Ball over to Fidelki, and Fidelki with authority puts it down. Anna Fidelki, first kill of this set. They really don't have anybody to match up other than Corey. Corey is a 6'3" freshman from Athens, Greece. But Fidelki has that wingspan. She might be 6'2", but she looks to be about 6'4", 6'5" out there. Plus her long arms gives her a huge advantage. And North Greenville is lucky to have her on their side. The former Conference Carolina's Freshman of the Year. And down the line, Samantha Ball perfectly. Crowd loves that one. Bench loves it. Executed perfectly, and West Alabama is going to take a timeout. 6-2 is your score. You're watching the Conference Carolina's digital network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Taking a look at some of the student section of the fans. An employee over at the library. She is a diehard NGU fan in any sport that she is able to participate in. She always gets a 30-minute break here, and she always tries to come out and support in whatever way she can. Getting the basketball players, the men's basketball players who are in attendance into the game tonight. Talking to some of the fellow freshmen. They'll get to know her very well throughout the course of the year. She's going to be in multiple games in Fidelki with multiple kills so far in this set. Anna Fidelki making her name known once again. Elise Smith now is going to serve for the Trailblazers. Smith's serve is up. West Alabama controls it. It's Kenny over there. Ball on the ground. Gentry's got to get it over. And it's going to go out. Gentry knows she made a mistake there. Again, accountability saying, my bad, my bad. We saw that a lot in the first game by her when she did make a mistake. Always took accountability, no pointing fingers. That is something North Greenville is good about doing, not really screaming, yelling at each other, instead figuring it out, huddling it up. That's the purpose of huddling together almost every point. Kind of quickly discuss what happened and go to the next play. I mean, we got to leave it in the back of your mind. As Samantha Ball leaves that back of the dust, Samantha Ball able to convert on that kill. Anna Fidelki's going to serve. North Greenville up 8-3 in this one. Fidelki serve is up. And able to get over Snow. Ball now down the line again. Samantha Ball playing some phenomenal volleyball right now. Down the line, perfectly executed. Hit the out-of-bounds line. I mean, obviously, if it's on the line, it's in. Touches any part of the line, it's in. She painted that one perfectly in the left corner. Fidelki serve once again. And that's a little too powerful this time. That's going to sail a little bit out of bounds. So Fidelki with a little too much strength on that one as she's going to check out after that serve. Funderburk is going to check back in. Corey set to serve for the Tigers. Ball has a leap of faith once again. Ball went into the scores table almost. West Alabama able to recover. And Peyton Taylor gets that one down and about. Kind of telling Snow, this is not your middle anymore. Peyton Taylor giving it a name. And Madison Sherman's going to check in again for this second set. She made a big difference in the first sets, kind of propelling North Greenville on a bit of a run when they needed it. They were finding themselves down. Now she's in a more comfortable position, 10-4, and a spark of confidence from the previous set. Kenny, meanwhile, was able to respond to that, kind of giving much-needed confidence to her squad. West Alabama able to get that point, so the substitution with Sherman did not work out this time around for Coach Mosley. You see Gabby Rice down the game, but serving now for the Tigers is again KB Kinney. Kinney is able to get it up. Sherman got it across, and it's going to be another violation, so got to shake it off if you're Sherman and the Trailblazers. 2 straight points, 2 straight violations, and got to try and get this lead back to where it was. They've seen leads dwindle here already in this season. It's only been 6 sets, and that's another error by the Tigers. It's a lot more errors than you want. That's going to be up to 7 now after they update the live stats. North Greenville has 6 of their own, 5 of their own, so 12 so far. Not as much in the second set as North Greenville capitalizes on that mistake by the Tigers, getting the lead back up to 6 as it was just a second ago, up 10-4. Samantha Ball now serving for the Trailblazers, and that's going to be another error. That might have been an announcer jinx right there. Just talked about it, and that's going to be the 13th error that we've seen on a serve so far. Some substitutions for the Tigers. Serving again is going to be Babanova for the Tigers. Her serve is up. Gentry over to Sherman. Sherman over to Smith, and Smith kind of picking up where she left off in that second set in game number 1. Soaring over the nets and getting that one to cash in. That's her second kill of the night. That's going to be another ace from Samantha. Excuse me, that was Macy Gentry. And that's going to be, I believe, ace number 4 on the night for North Greenville. So, again, the serves have been a problem for West Alabama. That's been the difference in this game so far. The errors that they've had. And once again, back-to-back for Macy Gentry. And this one's getting out of hand quick, 15-7. And another timeout is going to be called by the Tigers. We're going to be right back on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. North Greenville in full control of this set. Welcome back to the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. North Greenville in full control. This one up 15-7 in this second set. Macy Gentry is going to get us back going here for the serve. North Greenville has not even stepped off the accelerator pedal. All gas, no brakes on this one, as once again the beam comes into action. We have not seen the beam in this match as much as the first 2 matches, and that one falls victim to North Greenville and attributes to West Alabama's side. It's going to be 15-8 in favor of North Greenville. Serving now, that guy caught up in the net, and unfortunately going to take a bad break for West Alabama. North Greenville is going to come away with that point, and they're going to be up by 8 once again as North Greenville makes a kind of a mirage of substitutions here. Allison Ball is going to serve once again for the Trailblazers. Golden up, has blocked, and that's going to stay in bounds. So that's going to be West Alabama's point there. We saw Godin in the first set have 7 kills. Let's see how much she's only up to. She's going to only up to 10. That is a lot for 2 sets. So Godin making her name known out here. Might not be the best team statistically wise, but she's definitely putting up numbers. Again, this team went 2-28 a year ago with no wins in their conference. Their last win coming against Stillman College. And once again, it's going to be West Alabama getting a point. So we've seen this time and time again. North Greenville not able to close out games, close out sets, and they don't want to allow West Alabama to get any hope. I'm sure that Coach Allen was watching the meltdown of sorts that was happening with the Mars Hill matchup. And fortunately for that, there's going to be an error. It seems like every time West Alabama gets something going, there's some type of error or ace that comes their way that does not benefit them. It's going to be 17-10 North Greenville. Corey over now to the North Greenville side. Samantha Ball, the ball-to-ball connection. It's going over the ceiling, and that's going to be North Greenville. I think I saw a piece of the ceiling fall down. The officials might want to look at that, but something did fall in the middle of the court, and looks like they're just going to keep play going. Something definitely did fall in the middle of the court. That ball went through the kind of the area of the ceiling where the ball can literally fit through. So impressive play there. Samantha Ball with an even more impressive play. Samantha Ball putting some emphasis on that kill. Crowd loving it here in Tigerville. That was with authority. Elise Smith now serving for Trailblazers. Over to Kinney. Kinney finds Elise Smith. Kind of lackadaisical on the backside and able to capitalize on that was KB Kinney. So 19-11 is your score as Bailey Keefe going to serve now for the Tigers. Tigers down by 8. Again, not out of this. We saw Marcel come back, and that's going to be an ace. So this is the second ace of this set for West Alabama. That's what they need. Kind of came unconventionally. That hit the net. Peyton Taylor had her back turned ready to get whatever ball and Crimmins would hit, and unfortunately just took a bad bounce for North Greenville. Ball over to Peyton Taylor, however, trying to get revenge, and that was denied at the net. Once again, that is Jaslyn Snow, and Coach Mosley is going to take a timeout. We saw this time and time again. Coach Mosley definitely taking a timeout a little earlier than probably wanted to, but has seen his team blow this lead probably once or twice so far, so definitely does not want it to happen again. We're going to take a short break. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. 1913 North Greenville. I'd like to welcome everyone back to the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, where 19-13 is your score. North Greenville leads 6 points away from stealing this second set from West Alabama. West Alabama has not won a set in quite a bit of time, let alone a match. Trying to get back into this one are the Tigers right now. Following the Mosley timeout, let's see if the Trailblazers can get a point back for their squad. Corey tries to get it across. Crimmins over to Ball. Ball sails that one out of bounds. So West Alabama counters what we just saw, that the timeouts have been leading to the points. It's kind of been the opposite so far in this game. 19-14 is your score. This lead of 8 has all of a sudden fallen down to 5, and that is not insurmountable. Crimmins on the ground, had a little bit of trouble collecting that one. Ball gets the kill there. Ball finally ends the run that West Alabama was on. So 20-14 is your score. And Anna Fidelki is now going to be serving for the Trailblazers. Fidelki, serve is up. And that's going to be in. A little miscommunication there by Godin and Keefe. And Godin and Keefe thought that ball was going to go out. And just by an edge, the ball stayed in bounds. So 21-14 is your score now. Fidelki, serve is up. Keefe gets it over. And a time jump. That caught everybody from the Tigers off guard. Almost caught me off guard. Funderburk with authority. Bringing the thunder is Funderburk. 22-14 is your score. And 3 points away from this set. That's going to be an ace for Fidelki. Fidelki is going crazy right now. North Greenville is clicking on all cylinders. You hear that in basketball a lot. We're going to use it in volleyball here. Clicking on all cylinders. They are 2 points away from taking this next set. Has not been as close as the first set. Fidelki running back in from the serve, able to get to that. Samantha Ball, meanwhile, with authority. Samantha Ball cannot be stopped. She is on a flamethrower right now. 24-14, sets point for North Greenville to try and take a 2-0 lead. Fidelki. Ball might have soared out. Corey. Ball is tipped in the air and not able to get it was Elise Smith there. So North Greenville, last time they had 1 point and a set to go. It did not end well for them. Let's see if they can change the course of history here. 24-15 is your score. We got Corey once again serving for the Tigers. See if Corey can make a different outcome for West Alabama potentially. Ball over to Ball. The double ball connection doesn't work out there. And instead it's going to be an error there by Petkovic. And that's going to do it for your second set here in Tigerville, South Carolina. North Greenville 25, the Tigers 15. And we're going to take a short break here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. We'll be back for the third and potentially final set of this match. North Greenville leads 2-0. Third set about to get on our way here in Tigerville. A little extended break on that set. North Greenville leads this one 2-0. Potential third and final set, as I don't know if we can get some crowd shots potentially with our hero camera. I don't think our cameraman is back on the hero cam. It looks like we might have some fans here. It looks like some guys are leaving, some guys are staying. Don't want to see the dominance that North Greenville's been putting on so far, but West Alabama has a chance to come back. We have seen stranger things happen here in Hayes Gymnasium. Last year, actually, game I commentated for the men's volleyball team, we were up 2-0, ended up losing 3-2. That was a long, long night. Potentially could happen too. You see now the section has migrated over to behind the West Alabama bench. It looks like they got some supporters or maybe some hecklers over there. We might call them hecklers here, but just some people that are not cheering for them. It's the most appropriate way possible, as we are just about set to get back to action. Just waiting for the officials at the scores table to get set. And Allison Ball looks like is ready, and she will do the honors. Potentially the third and final set starts right now. Well, after this whistle, now it has started. And Allison Ball will serve for the Trailblazers. And that's going to be an ace for Allison Ball, starting it off right where North Greenville pretty much left off. They have not trailed throughout this entire second or third set. Allison Ball serving once again. West Alabama's got to get a grip on these serves if they want to have a chance in this match. And Samantha Ball tried to deliver a blow, could not. Corey tried to find the back line. Ball to Fidelki, and Fidelki once again. Anna Fidelki picking up where she left off in the second set. Fidelki only has 5 kills on the night, but she has felt like a lot more than 5 kills, and she's been getting it done on that end. And another ace for Allison Ball. Back-to-back blows by Allison Ball. Anna Fidelki. Allison Ball once again. They are giving it to University of West Alabama right now. West Alabama has to find an answer for this run. That was low. People had it. Allison Ball, 3 aces in the first 4 points. How about that? Allison Ball is going to serve once again. The Trailblazers. Godin, been a bright spot for West Alabama tonight. With a left hand, great adjustment by Freeman. And Freeman blocks that, and it's just going to go out. So West Alabama gets on the board. It's going to be 4-1. And serving is going to be Cadence Godin once again for the Lions. Seen her serve's been nice. She's up to 10 kills. Only had 3 in that second set. But again, 10 kills in 2 sets is pretty nice considering the deficit that her team is facing right now. Taylor able to get across, and some miscommunication on the back line. That was by Godin and Pekovic. We're starting to see some mental lapses from this West Alabama squad, trying to maybe correct their mistakes here, as they do not want this lead to get too big too fast. It is now 5-1 early here in this third set. Serve is up in the air. Corey is going to get it over the line, and Corey is going to get a response right back for West Alabama. She's been great as well, the southpaw of West Alabama's team. Corey has 8 kills on the night. Serving now is key for the Tigers. That's going to go out. Again, the difference right now, I can see what our scoreboard is projecting, our little score projector. 9 aces for North Greenville, 2 aces for West Alabama, and a bunch of errors. That is now 10 service errors for University of West Alabama in this match. So that is definitely the stat that has haunted West Alabama, and something Coach Allen is 100% got to be stressing to his ladies that they're going to work on at some point during practice over the next couple of days after this tournament concludes. As another point by North Greenville just transpired. Anna Fidelki is going to serve for the Trailblazers. And That is ace number 10. Anna Fidelki putting it on right now. And that's going to be a timeout for Coach Allen, and the Tigers kind of saw that one coming. Let's see if West Alabama can come up with a response when we come back. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, where North Greenville leads 8-2 in this matchup. Anna Fidelki serving, coming out of the break. West Alabama took that timeout. Let's see if they can follow it up with some execution on their end. Samantha Ball with authority, and West Alabama is going to get an error. So North Greenville up to a 9-2 lead, and quickly a response is going to have to happen from West Alabama, or this one might be insurmountable and over before it even started. Seems like we just started the third set not too long ago. I mean, we quite literally did, but it's felt like moments. Just quite a few of them have built up. As great save there by Samantha Ball, and no one home for West Alabama. That soared over three of their ladies, and Coach Allen's arguing it looked like that ball hit the ground possibly. Don't know if our cameras picked that one up, but it looked like a great heads-up play. All of our cameras are on this side, so it looked like a great play by Samantha Ball. Anna Fidelki serving now for the Trailblazers. And that's going to be an ace, I believe. And once again, Anna Fidelki just staying back there. She's a machine. Fidelki herself has 3 aces. Allison Ball has 3 aces. 4. Make that 4 for Anna Fidelki, excuse me. Allison Ball has 3 as well. So, again, they're running it up right now. Allison Ball. And Fidelki looked like just misjudged that one. Some laughs among the team members. And 11-3 is the score now. Corey knows that this is kind of this is not it, but something's got to happen here for West Alabama if they want to get back into this game. Samantha Ball, and that's going to be an ace. Corey gets an ace. West Alabama's kind of hyped for that one. They needed it. Much needed ace, much needed momentum to try and storm back here late. Corey. Serve once again is up. Ball to Funderburg, and Funderburg bringing the thunder once again. Reagan Funderburg with authority. And North Greenville is going to make some substitutions here. It's Madison Sherman once again for North Greenville, and Gabby Rice checking in. And Sherman is going to serve for the Trailblazers. Sherman's serve looked to be, might have been heading out. West Alabama plays it, however. Sherman's going to set up Rice a little bit over her head. Rice had to adjust, is able to do so, and Snow got it to go. So, again, doesn't pan out for North Greenville. Jaslyn Snow, when she has had an opportunity in the middle, it has come with authority, and they have not disappointed. KB Kinney is going to serve now for the Tigers. As up in the air, Sherman's got it. It's going to give it over to Ball. And Snow, once again, finds that right side down the line and connects there. Freeman, I think, recognized that she's going to have to rotate over there a little bit. And 12-6 now is the score. Again, not out of it if you're the Tigers at all. West Alabama serving now. Sherman over to Ball. Ball trying to get down the line, couldn't do so. Godin. Good save by Crimmins. What a layout there. Freeman coming back up. And Snow just misjudged that. Looked like she grabbed it almost instead of hitting it. No really power or arc on it. Just went straight into the net. That's going to be 13-6. North Greenville is halfway home in this set to potentially clinch the victory. It would be their first of the year. Samantha Ball. The serve is returned by Godin. And Godin says Samantha Ball gets some of that for a little bit of my flair. That's Godin's 11th kill of the night. She leads all parties here tonight. You almost were to say if this set were to go to 4 or 5 sets potentially, she could be up in the 20s, maybe 30s for the amount of kills that she could get. She's been on a clinic here so far. Serving now is Babanova. Sherman over to Freeman. Freeman looked like she short-handed that, still got it over. Godin, meanwhile, got it over, got another kill. Went into Crimmins, looked like Freeman was going to hit it, kind of misjudged it, and that's what allowed West Alabama to get some momentum back. So back-to-back points here by West Alabama is 13-8. And the serve is up for them. Close to hitting the net once again. You don't want to err at this point. That's going to go out. So 3 straight points for West Alabama. Coach Moses looks like he's going to make a substitution. And he's going to go freshman for freshman here. That was Freeman or Smith for Freeman, excuse me. And North Greenville finds themselves only up by 4. Here, Sherman to Smith, and that's going to go out. So North Greenville comes back. That pays off. 14-9 is your score. And Eleanor Crimmins is going to serve now for the Trailblazers. Crimmins gets the green light. Ready to serve now. Serve is up. Looked like it might have gone out. Godin, meanwhile, says that is not out. That is straight in there. Godin making a difference for the Tigers in this one. Cadence Godin, the junior from Panama City Beach, just going crazy in this one. Transferred over from Pensacola State. So West Alabama got a good one in Godin. She is definitely, her talent has been on display here. And that's going to be an ace for West Alabama. And old Mo, you know, they say he might switch sides here. And Mo has kind of switched from North Greenville side to West Alabama side. 14-11 is your score. And Petkovic going to serve, and that's going to be out. Samantha Ball played dodgeball there, trying to dodged it at the perfect time. And that's going to lead to an error. Not your custom one, not hitting the net. Kind of just a little bit too much power on that serve was Petkovic, and now it's going to be Allison Ball, who already has 3 aces tonight. Had 3 of the first 4 here in this set. It was just an ace fest for the Trailblazers, as West Alabama's going to get one back here. So 15-12. This one could go down to the wire. We're closing in another close matchup. Godin, serve is up. Allison Ball over to Smith. Smith gets it over. It's going to be over to Kinney. Kinney drops it down. What a play there by Allison Ball, keeping that ball alive. Corey, meanwhile, on the other hand, Crimmins keeps it alive. Got some acrobatic plays from both sides. Down the line, that's just out of bounds. West Alabama. That was out. That was out, guys. We got some fans reacting. Got some people in the crowd not liking that. But that's going to be a timeout for North Greenville. Got a little bit of controversy. Officials getting some flashback from all the student athletes here tonight. We're going to take a short break, though. 15-13 is your score. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Back on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Pleasure to be along to you guys for this matchup tonight. West Alabama has come back and made this a 2-point game after it being as much as 7. Godin already off serving now for the Tigers. And that's going to go to North Greenville. They took the timeout. It pays off. They got the point back. So 16-13 is your score now. North Greenville in favor. And here's some crowd chants for the Super Fam. Luckily, as the beam, see North Greenville's bench over there signifying the beam. 17-13 is your score. The beam being the counterpart of that. Lee Smith on the serve. Kenny over there on the side. And that ball dropped right next to Fidelki. She turned the wrong way, or she definitely could have hit that. Just a good play all around by West Alabama. Got to sometimes just tip your hat. And West Alabama is going to serve. That's going to be Bailey Keefe. Once again on the serve. Keefe launches it out of bounds. So again, these serves just been a problem for West Alabama. I'm sure before their match tomorrow, they're going to probably work on that. Ed Allen and his staff have got to be looking in frustration, as they know without some of these errors and with countering some of these aces that North Greenville has had as back-to-back errors by both teams, that this could be a whole new different ball game as long as they can manage their own sake. Like, you got to control what they say. You got to control what you can control, and you can definitely control if you can at least get the ball over the net or just not sail it so far out of bounds. Teams as well, because that is stuck out the most as West Alabama gets back-to-back points. So 18-16 is the score here, and we got a tight one. Don't go anywhere yet. This could go down as Corey, one of the best players for West Alabama, is serving now, the southpaw. Corey. Allison Ball to ball. The ball connection. Dynamic duo of Allison and Samantha Ball strikes once again. 19-16 is our score. Rice and Sherman coming in for the second time in this set. See if Sherman can get redemption from what happened last time she was in. Obviously in here for serving and setting purposes, giving Allison Ball a break. Sherman gets the green light, and she is set to serve now for the Trailblazers. 6 points away potentially from victory. Ball able to get that over. Sherman gets it back over. That was potentially almost going to be 4 hits. Snow mishit it. Crimmins able to save it. Smith, meanwhile, North Greenville's end gets it back across. Kinney, and it looks like Smith hit that, so that's not going to be out of bounds. They call a tip, and the men's soccer team does not like it, but that is the right call. Great look, great eye there by the officials. And KB Kinney is going to serve down by 2. So they've been hanging in here all set. Let's see if they can capitalize and potentially take one from North Greenville in stunning fashion. That's going to be an ace. So Kinney kind of giving the West Alabama Tigers a little bit of a spark. Trying to take a look at how Coach Mosey's reaction, and he is just nonchalant, chilling over there on the bench. He is satisfied with what he's seeing, or at least with what is going on, having his players figure it out. So that is the way to grow. Meanwhile, back on the court, Godin once again ties this thing up at 19 apiece. They were down by 7 at one point. We saw this happen in the 5th set of the last game versus Mars Hill. North Greenville's got to figure out why they can't finish these sets, and it's a problem to have. It's at least a problem to have early in the season, not later in the season. As Sherman's going to set ball up. Ball not able to get down the line like she wanted. Godin, meanwhile, she's trying to go down the line. No prevail. Ball now on the left side. She is blocked on the top by Jaslyn Snow. Jaslyn Snow coming out of nowhere from that. And the lead now belongs to West Alabama, 5 points away. Officials having a discussion with one of the West Alabama players, that is Pekovic down there. KB Kinney is going to serve now for the Tigers once again. Kinney gets it across. Rice gets blocked by the net, so North Greenville is going to call timeout. Coach Mosley has seen enough, finally gets up off the bench, and we're going to take a timeout with them. North Greenville's got some things to discuss. Down by 2 late in this third set, 19-21. University of West Alabama. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Back on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, West Alabama leads North Greenville 21-19. See if they can get a set, and that is not what you need right there. An error by the Tigers. Definitely not what you wanted if you were the Tigers. 20-21 now. Samantha Ball serving, and that's probably not the person you want to see serving if you're the Tigers, as they're able to maintain the serve, at least no ace. Godin now gets the points, the kill for West Alabama. They are 3 points away. Godin has 6 kills in this set alone, so she's gone from 7 kills, 3 kills, and now 6. 22-20 is your score. It's almost happened in a blink of an eye. North Greenville is up by 5 just moments ago. We talked about moments earlier in this set. And that's the beam. I'm pretty sure West Alabama believed that ball was going to sail over. Elise Smith gets credit with the kill there. That went up, hit the beam, went straight down. Now Eleanor Crimmins Nope, Macy Gentry is going to sub in and serve for North Greenville. Coach Mosley stepping out on the court to make that call. 21-22 is your score. West Alabama trying to get on the board with a set. Sherman dives for it, got caught on the beam, and Gentry, Sherman both try to get that. 21-23 the score now. Pekovic and the Lions making a great case here to take this set from Trailblazers. It looked like the Trailblazers were going to be on their way to victory, but the Tigers said not so fast. They're going to set up to Corey now. Corey's kill is up. Sherman over to Fidelki. Fidelki finds a gap. Kind of found Rodham sleeping over there on the right side. The crowd is hype. They want to see a win here. We got some men's volleyball players as well imitating that kill by Fidelki. And it's going to be Allison Ball now, who started this set absolutely on fire with her serves. And now serving. This is definitely not the person you want to see if you're the Tigers serving. And that hits the net. And it's going to trying to argue a double, and that's going to go to North Greenville. That was a late whistle. We see the crowd going crazy. That might go down as ace, as timeout is going to be called by West Alabama, tied 23-23. You're watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Don't go anywhere. The decibels just got high. You don't want to miss the last 2 points of this set. All knotted up at 23 as we are just about to get back to these potential final 2 points. Now it is first to 2. 23-23 is your score. Or first to get up by 2, excuse me. 23-23, 25 or more is going to be the target number. West Alabama, in response to this, blocked. It is still up in the air. Godin's got to get across, and Godin gets it in! And they are arguing that might have been out. It looks like they just called it out. Line judge got overruled by the official there, so that was out. Macy Gentry let that one go. And looks like they are going to argue the call. Pekovic over there talking to the official. They might be discussing this. I don't know if we have another look at that from the Hero camera, but even so, West Alabama thought that ball was in. I could not tell what it looked like from up here. Some discussion going on in between the officials and everybody else. It looks like they're going to reward the point to North Greenville. So North Greenville now 1 point away. Match point. Ball is still caught up in the air. She gets it over. West Alabama's got to get it across here. She gets blocked. It's still up in the air. Fidelki's taps it over. Godin gets it over. Samantha Ball. This is all over the place. Fidelki for game. It's still up in the air. West Alabama still in play. Godin gets it across. Allison Ball over to Liz Smith. That's going to stay. It's going to hit the beam. And the beam. Wow. The beam causes the game here. Apologies for the volume, but this place is going nuts right now. North Greenville, 25-23. They're going to complete the 3-game sweep on the West Alabama Tigers. What a fight there at the end. We had 2 super close sets. The first set and the third set. North Greenville is going to provide to prevail in this matchup. Wow, what an electric sight. Literally got a decibel warning on my watch. It was approaching 100 decibels, which is insane for the amount of people that we have in here. And it looks like we have some chance going on here. So 25-23, North Greenville completes the sweep. That's going to pretty much do it here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, 10:30, 1:30, and 4:30 for matchups. North Greenville, I believe, plays at 4:30. All times are in Eastern time. We want to thank you guys for watching the Conference Carolinas Digital Network, and until next time,